I've got today a very special guest from Switzerland. Deniz is known as a very well person who knows a lot about impact investing. The fact that she's based out of Zurich and Zug gives her the gateway, basically looking forward what is going on in the world of impact investing. Deniz, welcome to our Talks and Show.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. That's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. So one of the things we just talked a little bit before we, start off with our show was the fact that how the world is actually changing. We talked about Generation Y. How is Generation Y different than me as a generation or yourself?
So they are different because they get a different education and they get a different support from the families. I mean, I lived the experience. My daughter, she's 18 years old, and she's so conscious, and the school is so conscious that actually they started in very small ages to support the projects in Ghana, in India, to bring solar energy so that the village of 4,500 meters high in Himalaya can get light. And she came from that trip with the shiny eyes, and when she wants to go to university now, she asked the gap year with her friend. They did a program. They are in Africa now in 4 countries. They work for the project related to elephants and rhinos, and they grow themselves at the same time they contribute to the world. And that age, I see, with a certain consciousness and mindset coming from the family, they want to do this. That's what they want to do. And she wants to study history because she can make a change herself by learning the past to make the future better.
So most of our listeners and viewers basically are people within the investing community. You are a CFA yourself, so you work all your life basically in the financial industry.
Yeah.
How can people who are asset managers, investors, be more in this impact ECG kind of world where to make a real big difference going forward? How can they be part of this?
First, they need to have a proper mindset. They need to believe in it. They need to everything is not earning a good salary, having big cars and having shuttles all over. That is not the purpose of our life. We all came for a purpose.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky that I find that purpose. I was in the corporate world and I learned a lot. I have a great experience with each of those companies. I'm really grateful and lucky for this. And I had the luxury in my life to make a selection so that I can do what I like to do, which is combining technology with the impact.
Got it.
Because that is the coming together. This is the change that is going to create. That is going to bring the change together with the humanity. Obviously, humanity needs to believe in it.
So you got basically, as I would like to call it, some kind of like an awakening that's saying, hey, what I'm doing is super great, but this is not the end goal. Yeah. There is something more than that, and you got introduced into impact investing, into sustainability and ECG. I mean, how does this journey go? Because
everything happens, for a reason.
Okay.
I was in Turkey, went to Luxembourg, learned the whole investment funds world. I got the CFA there, and then I came to Dubai. I didn't work here. I mainly supported as I was the board of the CFA Society Emirates, so I really volunteered, and I volunteered for 2 years. And then here I started the feeling that this, to get the water, there is a lot of expensive process from the sea, to create the water that you use here.
Absolutely.
And then green is is not there. We don't see green. We don't see the forest stock, the one that we have in Switzerland or even in other countries. And then the agriculture, the lot of things are imported. And then I said, I started to be awakening about sustainability, and I said, how can this region be sustainable if everything is imported and done and is not there? Then by chance I ended up in Zug with my daughter and with my family, and there I got two Chinese clients where, again, I'm grateful for this because I was in the Crypto Valley. We call it where Crypto Valley Association
Zug is known as Crypto Valley.
Which was, one of the associations that really worked on the promotion of Switzerland on this new fintech world.
Yes.
And then I started supporting those clients, and I learned fintech from them.
Got it.
So they were very good teachers, and that brought me, from event to event and connections to connections to impact investing. I saw one project at the Swiss Impact Investing Association and Crypto Valley Association events they did together, and I watched it in the technology in agriculture, and I said, this is wonderful, and this is great. This is what I want to do.
Okay.
And now I'm in the board of the Swiss Impact Investing Association. So our purpose is to give the awareness, to give the teaching, to come to create events so that the investors and investments, projects, they meet together. There is a network so people can exchange ideas. So with exchange of ideas, things will promote more. So we want to grow, and I have my company as well, which I'm working on it to make it right, everything.
Absolutely. So, what you're trying to say is to create awareness. You're giving workshops to companies and other investors, basically, how they can be aware of what is going on.
Yeah. I'm connected to the people who does that. Yeah, who do that. The training. They are specialized. They have a specific program. They have online programs. They do with the corporates, giving the awareness to them.
Fantastic. So just to let me know, it makes sense basically. If I go to Switzerland, Interlaken, or drive down to the Hauptbahnstraße in Zurich, I can see there is sustainability. There is something about impact investing out of there. I'm here in Dubai. As you know, a lot of the United Arab Emirates exist out of a lot of sand, and we are very much dependent on basically oil out of here. How can a region like the GCC, like the Gulf region, be more sustainable or be more towards impact investing?
Supporting the projects related to water, agriculture, energy.
So water we just discussed basically, it's harvested, it's a long process, a very expensive process basically.
It's very expensive. Africa cannot do that. They also have sea. They can have water to put water on the earth, to grow. Or it becomes too salty. You cannot use that. You need to process more.
But you live in the Green Alps, so everything is green out of there. And here we've got desert where agriculture is very, very difficult. People are trying and new technologies are coming, but it's very, very difficult. How do you see that, that this part of the world can help and be more sustainable?
Really innovative technology to create use of the resources here, because there is still a nature. There is no green, but there is sand. Maybe grow things that grow in the sand, and then make with the technology the products that keep the water which is in the sand at that point.
Okay.
To grow agriculture more. This is one, and the second one, the main global warming we are happening. As far as I know, maybe there is more important reasons of global warming, but is the CO2 that we are creating as humanity. The flights and how the cows are kept in these warehouses. As a humanity, we can make that change, and then we can possibly impact at the end the change in the global warming, so that there's seeding here, for example.
Yes.
Maybe with that seeding, and then
Today it rained, for example, here in Dubai.
Yeah, I mean, it's done by seeding, but it's still raining, and to use that water more efficiently, because it rains and then stays on the street, it runs and then it dries. So is there a way to keep that water?
Got it.
For example, this is the things that comes from somebody who's not very specialized in the innovation and technology, but these things can be potentially done. And overall global warming impacts the whole climate. So here, we don't want here to get warmer.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
So what you're trying to say is that to look at technology in an enhancer to be more towards impact investing, towards more sustainability, towards more, so, and we need to do it ourselves by looking at these different technology and embracing it. Because you are a big believer of technology in the end.
Yeah, definitely. Because I see that these projects combining technology with the impact saves lives. I mean, I see in the medtech, I see in the agriculture tech as well, they grow more efficiently with less water, with less earth, and they can see actually where the seed is coming from. When somebody buys those vegetables and salads, they can trace everything. Is it organic or not?
Got it.
These technologies are coming. I mean, I'm only aware of part of it. There are so many great projects, and the one thing is UAE can support. This is known as the investor. This is the region of investors overall. So potentially they can invest in those projects which overall is going to lift up our standards in the world.
Got it.
That is a big contribution to the whole. I don't want to limit impact, because impact is a specific part of that game. It can be a sustainable project. It can be another project which has a positive social impact to people and overall to the planet. That they may be more channeling money to those projects. That can come a contribution from the UAE and that region, and from everybody, for all regions.
I got it. So thank you so much for explaining what it is and how we can contribute, basically. And one of the things I've learned from you, basically, looking at technologies in a way how to enhance our quality of life. Because the next generation, we need to also look after them in a way by creating a world which is cleaner, which is better quality food, for example, and sustainable in the long term.
Yeah, we all need to think. We have all kids. They will continue with this life, and they will have their own children. So we need to leave a world at least that they can work on. It's important that this is our duty, in my opinion. Our age, our generation.
Sure.
We did a lot to this world. We used a lot of resources. This is all started in 1980s, 1840s. Lately there is a video going on in LinkedIn showing how the thickest ice in the Arctic melts from 84 to now, as of today. So you see the change, and then I ask myself, why did we let that long go? Because we didn't know. We were not aware these things are happening as individual. If everybody does something on their part, even that will change.
Absolutely. So very beautifully said that everybody should take responsibility themselves in this world of impact investing, or just being sustainable for a long term, and step by step, if everybody does it, we will create a community, and with that community we can really make sure that the next generation will have clean water, clean air, and have good food on there.
Of course, we have a short deadline. So no stress.
No stress. That's a good point. Looking at what's going on, obviously, If we can do things on a daily basis, it will make a big difference. You doing it in your way. I'm very grateful that we've met again here in Dubai to talk about impact investing and sustainability. I'm looking forward to your next trip here to the UAE, because tomorrow again you're flying back to Switzerland, to the beautiful Alps.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Absolutely, I really enjoy it at times when I'm out of there. But really looking forward for your next trip and what developments are happening.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it will be a pleasure, and thank you for inviting. And hopefully this video will also support.
Absolutely,
our purpose.
It's become now an educational
awareness. That's good.
Absolutely, it becomes like an educational video that people can now look at and think, hey, okay, how can I contribute to this, right? And this is how it starts.
The main thing is just to start. It's like a seed in the brain. It comes like a thinking process starts, and then you start realizing, I can do this, I can do this, I can use less water, I can turn off this electricity, I can recycle that. Is awareness, mindsets is the starting point.
Awareness, mindset, that is the game. That's our show for today. I hope you guys liked it. Deniz, once again, thank you for coming on, and looking forward to see you again in some conference or in some beautiful city here.
Another opportunity, always.
Absolutely.
Yeah, always.
Thank
you
you
very much.